City Thunder have been absolutely rolling, fueled by SGA, Jalen Williams, and many others. But tonight, it is the Portland Trailblazers, Deni Avdija, Jerami Grant, as they are 7-9, as we welcome you to downtown Oklahoma City and Paycom Center as the Portland Trailblazers are going to face off with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Welcome inside, everybody. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Cage, I'm Chris Fisher, and Michael, the Thunder winners of 8 consecutive. Friday night, it was one of the wilder games you'll see in the NBA, a 50-point swing, but it was also an historic night for the Thunder.
Well, they smashed a lot of records and got close to a few others, folks. It was a tale of two halves, but when the smoke clears, look at the numbers here, partner. You love the three-point shooting. You make 23 on that particular night. 60-60 shooting for both those areas. And then you turn around and you get 44 points off turnovers. And how about the bench production? That was amazing.
All those season highs, we mentioned everybody stepping up, Michael, and really everybody did. You see the 71 bench points, second most in OKC history.
Well, you get 4 guys off the bench in double figures and 18 assists from your bench alone. Well, generally, folks, in the association, that's going to produce some massive numbers. That's why the Thunder put up 144 points.
It was a stellar performance on the offensive end with everybody chipping in. For the Thunder coming back home to Paycom Center. We'll look back at that first matchup with the Blazers that took place in early November. Brought to you by MidFirst Bank, official bank of the Oklahoma City Thunder. By Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. On a chilly Sunday night here in downtown OKC, let's take a flashback, Michael, the first time the Thunder played the Portland Trailblazers.
Well, it was a tale of two halves for the Thunder. They had their way in that first half, putting up 41 points in the first quarter. They continued to score the basketball. Had a big double-digit lead through most of that first half. And then here's the down to the end. Not a three-point attempt, but a two-pointer. Isaiah Joe, perfect miss. Thunder with a slight chance to tip it in, tie the ball game. Didn't happen. Blazers win.
Thunder come up just a little bit short. The only loss of the season so far. This is what the Blazers have done since over the last 7. They're 2-5. Defense has been a major problem as they've allowed 120-plus points in each out of the last 5. But the Thunder will have an opportunity to avenge that loss back here at home to start off Thanksgiving week. Lineups and tip from downtown OKC coming up next.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Oklahoma City Thunder. Starting at forward, 6'4" from Arizona State, number 5, Lucas Thorpe. And forward, 7'1" from Gonzaga, number 7, Chet Holmgren. At center, 7 foot from Germany, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein. At guard, 6'4", from Kentucky, number 22, Cason Wallace. And at guard, 6'6", from Kentucky, number 2, Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
All right, here we go. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Kia. That was OKC. Let's give you the Portland Trailblazers, announced by interim head coach Tiago Splitter. City Sissoko in the backcourt. Deni Avdija, he's been playing like an all-star all season long. Year number 2 with the Blazers. Donovan Clingan also in year number 2. He was questionable coming in. He gets the start. Toumani Camara, he is excellent on the defensive end. He is their defensive specialist. And Jerami Grant, who has primarily been coming off the bench for the Blazers, gets his 4th start of the season. For the first time tonight, let's send it over and say hello to our very own Nick Gallo.
Nothing beats being home around the holidays, and for the Thunder, this 3-game homestand right around Thanksgiving is going to do wonders for a team that's been living on the road. Despite having the second most missed games due to injury and playing 7 out of its last 10 games on the road, the Thunder sits at 16-1 this season, and they're returning home to a building that they have not lost in all year long. Take a look at the Ford Fact. You'll see OKC is the lone remaining unbeaten team at home. And guys, I had a chance to talk to Chet Holmgren before the game. He told me this Thunder squad is totally focused on its own fundamentals and principles, then applying them each night to each opponent. They're going to have to do the same thing here against a feisty Portland squad.
Well, it helps to have such a fantastic home crowd here inside Paycom Center night after night. And the Thunder going to get to enjoy Thanksgiving week here at home after all those road games, 7 out of 10. It feels like, and Michael, feels like we're supposed to pack up and leave tomorrow, but we're not. We get this game tonight, and we get to celebrate Thanksgiving at home. But business to be taken care of here with the Portland Trail Blazers.
Well, and you're coming off a really historic night a couple of nights ago at the Delta Center in that cup game against the Jazz. So you're riding some good steam. You're on an 8-game winning streak. You have the top record in the association. And everybody's stepping up right now. We talked about that as one of our pregame show with Nick and Paris about how the Thunder's bench has been able to step up to see if they can continue to do that. As they were sensational on Friday night with those 71 points.
And what was just a beautiful Thunder comeback in a massive swing. Well, here's the Blazers. Nice pass. Holmgren inside, and you get the 2 for Hartenstein to open up the scoring as that connection between the big men continues to grow.
Well, I'll tell you, it's fun to watch, too. And it's hard to really guard because both can pass and both can shoot that shot in the lane as well.
Slightly different personnel for the Blazers tonight than in Portland. No Drew Holiday, no Shaedon Sharpe. There's a steal. Looks like Cason Wallace, who's been one of the best in the NBA. Got a hand on it. SGA is trying to give it up. Almost lost it. Dort hoists from the outside. No good. And a weak side rebound to Holmgren. Goes behind his back. Hartenstein. And for the second time, it's Holmgren with the assist. Hartenstein with a finish.
How about that? We've talked about how those two are really starting to play really well together. But my goodness, they are just fantastic. Especially when you see that big-to-big pass. We call that a pocket pass, folks.
Avdija missed the 3. Got it back. Jeremy Grant with the 3 of his own. Just in front of the Portland bench, this Blazers team coming in with confidence after picking up a victory on Friday night in Golden State. There's already been some impressive wins for the Blazers. Hasn't really shown up in the standings, though, at 7-9. As Holmgren attacks hard, trying to lead into it, got his own miss. Second effort, still no good. And Avdija on the move. This is what the Blazers do. They operate quickly, and it's Dort with a transition foul. It's interesting, Michael, because in the weeks since that first game, Mark Daigneault, on more than one occasion, has brought up the pace of the Portland Trail Blazers. That allowed the Blazers to come back in that first matchup and really gave the Thunder some problems.
Well, and they're one of those teams that's, you know, likes to play in transition, but the Thunder like to play in transition too. Trail Blazers get a solid offensive rebound.
Hartenstein had a good look inside. He's been very reliable with that little left-handed push shot, particularly around the key. Clingan, give him a little bit of space. He can still shoot that 3. Didn't there. Will here. And he makes it. And so you got to respect it just enough. Like, he has not shot it well on the year, just 21%. Well, but he's got a good stroke.
You can live with that. But the big man, 7'2", can certainly stroke it from downtown.
Little inside-outside game. Dort knew that one was going down as he drills the tray.
I tell you, that shot is beautiful, folks. It just goes up to the moon and just kisses it and comes back down. Straight through the hoop.
Touches the clouds.
Oh, goodness. Such a beautiful looking shot. And he's worked on that shot, folks, over his career here. Undrafted out of Arizona State.
And he's been shooting it well, as this is going to be going the other way. And so Dort coming into this game, Michael, 11 out of 18 from 3 over the last 3 games. We know he can be streaky, but he's on a hot one now.
I thought he keyed that run also for the Thunder with his three-point shooting. Against Utah, as Shea will get on the board. Thought there was some contact on that play. No call, but he still get 2 points. Put the Thunder up by 1 here.
Went right at Kamara. And Dort's going to pick up the foul. This is what Deni Avdija has been doing. It was a problem in game 1 as he got to the free throw line. He was pretty much shut down. He got up to a really slow start shooting. Got to the free throw line. They're going to say it's on the deck. And Mark Daigneault, is he going to challenge? Is he going to call a timeout? He's way out on the floor. Having a conversation, Jason Goldenberg.
Contribution that happened on display Friday night with 71 bench points in Utah. Points off turnover, another big number for the Thunder. They got the #1 defense in the association as they continue to improve upon that. Now Portland is #1 in the NBA in offensive rebounds and second chance points. So defensive rebound is going to be really important tonight here.
There's Mark Daigneault. He did not challenge that last call on Dort, who picked up his second, but he was very demonstrative in coming out. He came all the way to midcourt to have a conversation with all 3 officials, J.D. Rawls, Jason Goldenberg, and Mitchell Irving. He had a point, Michael, that he wanted to get across.
Well, you know, and I thought that initially the officials had given the Blazers 2 free throws.
The pass, Avdija misses first one wide left. That one was wide right. And the Thunder do not give up a second chance point there after the Portland offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's what they do best, is getting on that offensive glass with those second chance points.
SGA trying to back down Avdija. Was a bit of a defensive liability earlier in his career. Hartenstein trying to keep it moving. Shot clock a factor. SGA, tough mid-range shot. That time he got taken out. Clingan commits the foul. And he's looking back toward Thiago Splitter to potentially convince him to challenge, but it doesn't appear that he is inclined.
Well, I thought this happened on the first shot that Shea took, and Mark was talking to the officials at timeout, very, you know, cordially.
That's a kick out from SGA.
Yeah.
You don't want that to get reviewed there.
Right, and you know, obviously, Thiago Splitter, interim coach for the Blazers, agreed, as he's done a terrific job so far. I know the Blazers record hasn't reflected that. The Brazilian-born and former Spurs player. How often have we said that? Former Spurs who's won an NBA championship in the coaching ranks.
He was part of the 2014 title that took down the Miami Heat.
You know, I like him too because he's 6'10". I'm just saying, that's all. You don't see too many 6'10" coaches.
So you're just coming out early with the bias.
I was just saying.
For the big man bias.
There's none.
6'10" men got to stick together. Oh, SGA cleared out Clingan and then missed the bunny. And you can see him. That almost never happens. One of the most reliable players when he gets in the restricted area at scoring.
Yeah, and that's probably his easiest bucket, because I tell you, he has to get by the first defender and then get by a second defender, which was Clingan at the rim.
Shea again going right at Avdija. He picks up another foul. And you can see that pump fake. So the Blazers are putting Avdija on SGA, not Kamara.
Yeah. There's that hand. Well, you just got to stay vertical. If you break that plane with the arm straight up like a stick man, they're going to call it every time.
Let's take a look at tonight's Paris Devon injury report. Same 4 for OKC, but the big ones for the Blazers, we mentioned Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, Robert Williams. He also played in that first matchup. And Lillard with the recovering Achilles injury. Back with the Blazers after getting bought out by the Milwaukee Bucks. But will not play this year. There is Love. Love's pass got picked off by SGA. Great anticipation. And here is Kamara defending SGA. He puts his head down, drives to the cup. That time, he spins it home.
Okay, so the easy ones he might miss every now and then, but the difficult ones, count it. I mean, man, how did that shot get up there and just kind of hung on the rim and it dropped in there?
Oh, and some emotion, some fire from SGA after getting fouled. You might be right, Michael. He might have been a little upset with himself for missing the gimme and the 2-foot putt. They said, okay, not only am I going to go right back to the rim, but I'm going to get Kamara to commit the foul.
That was a tough finish. I just don't know how he got it between the two defenders. He does such a great job of getting by that primary defender.
Oh, and Clingan might have got rejected by Holmgren. Out of bounds, off the Blazers. And you see Chet's activity protecting the rim.
They love that too. Caught it flat-footed, 2 7-footers. Just battling it out in close quarters.
Blazers playing defense. SGA again had to lean into that one, and he's got 2 more. Already into double digits. Quick start, and Kamara works his way inside. That was a tough finish of his own.
Yeah, he was one-legged with that one. This was quite impressive. Portland's back in a zone defense now. How do you get out of that zone? Make some of those outside shots that the Thunder have been making from downtown. Had 23 on Friday night in that cup game against the Jazz.
Everything was going in, and everything is going in for SGA. A little wiggle at the end. Almost the exact same spot he made his last shot. And a quick trip to the bench because the Blazers have to call a timeout as SGA full takeover mode of this first quarter. Nobody can slow him down.
Welcome back to Paycom Center. The Thunder has a 10-point lead over the Blazers here in the first quarter. And now we've seen the Thunder's depth show up in a variety of ways to start this season, whether it's the next man up mentality in the face of injury or the big offensive numbers we've seen from the second unit so far this season. But in the Thunder's game on Friday against the Utah Jazz, we saw that depth show up in some incredibly historic balanced scoring. In that game, 8 different players scored 12 or more points, and all 12 players scored at least 5 points. Alex Caruso told us that depth is one of this team's superpowers. Not just the depth, but the selflessness of this team. All these guys are just willing to make the right play out there on the floor, guys.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter what game it is, Michael, what time of the game it is. Mark Daigneault willing to rely on just about anybody who's got a jersey on, and boy, did it show up in a big way.
And that's such an unusually high number. 71 points from your bench.
Got Clingan up in the air, drives across the baseline, and Clingan just picked up his second personal foul.
And you know, talking about that bench on Friday night, just to kind of piggyback off what Paris was talking about, they also had 18 assists. I mean, you just don't see those kind of numbers from your bench. You know, 4 guys in double figures, 18 assists, and they kind of changed the surface of the game in that third quarter.
I can't get over the 50-point swing, Michael. How many times do you have a 50-point swing in an NBA game?
Really good point. And, you know, and what it's done also, too, I'm going to give the bench credit for this. Shea has not played in 10 fourth quarters. That's because of the bench. Think about it, right?
Absolutely. Pick it up.
Give him some hot coffee or something.
Where he left
some
off.
hot chocolate. Give him
the third quarter.
Extra slice. Yeah, extra slice of turkey.
Are you cooking for us for Thanksgiving?
You know what, man? I'm just happy to be home. I'm just happy to be home. We've been on the road so much here, folks, that it's just nice to know you don't have to go anywhere until Saturday. And you got 2 more home games here tonight, folks. So Wednesday night, we'll see you back here. We won't be on the air, but Friday night we will against the Suns.
So great to be here over the holiday as Murray had the step on Jay Will, as Murray able to get up for that slam.
It's a nice move by him. Shot fake. You got to respect his 3-point shooting also. That's what led him to get that step.
Chris Murray, the brother of Keegan Murray. SGA got it outside to Joe. Speaking of coming off the bench, 5 seconds to work it. Here for Holmgren, trying to back down Optia. Still going to work, kept the pivot foot down, shoots over the top. Bounces off the rim, but how about the backslap there by Dort?
Wow. And he slapped that one way out there, too.
Now he's got it back, trying to go on the baseline. Tough fadeaway, and Torrance got it. He put it on the deck and scores the 2.
That's a nice move for him. And they made him work for every bit of that. Just showing you his versatility. He's not just an all-defensive team member.
And Avdija just got eaten up by Holmgren, who's got his second block.
That time Avdija's trying to draw the foul. Chet just stayed very disciplined, stayed very straight. Didn't really have to jump. He's blessed with that great height.
Surprised to see Avdija, and I think you're right, Michael. He must have been trying to get the foul. Instead, he'll try the three-point shot. This will be a loose ball foul underneath, and it's going to go on the Thunder.
And that's what Portland will do, is send a lot of bodies to the offensive glass. That's why they lead the NBA in second chance points at over 20 a game. That's an impressive number.
More than the Houston Rockets, who deployed that massive jumbo lineup. But this Portland team has been very good. As there's a leading layup, no good. And Holmgren the rebound. He's been very active inside so far in this first quarter. And Shea's been very active on the offensive end, and he attacks and scores again as the brilliance of SGA on display here in the first quarter. Offensive foul, it's going the other way as Jay Will beat everybody down the floor and took the shot.
How about Shea just continues to slice through the defense like he's serving up Thanksgiving dinner.
He's carving up a turkey.
Carving up a turkey. My goodness. This is what I'm talking about, folks. He's had 3 hard drives like this where he just gets in there and starts carving up the defense. Avdija was looking for the Trailblazers to possibly challenge that. And they looked at him and said, no, that was just good defense by one of the guys who likes to play defense like that, taking a charge at Jay Will.
One of the best in the NBA. The Thunder double-digit lead here, first quarter. SGA already up to 15 points. Joe as Mitchell. Oh, you had 2 players, and the pass split the pair.
Yes. Both guys looking at each other, so I thought you were going to get it. Trailblazers sent an early double team to Shea to kind of cool him off a little bit.
Jeremy Grant trying to get physical with Joe. Joe standing his ground, forced the pass, Murray the shot, and a little strong on the 3. And good job by Isaiah Joe there, not giving up ground.
Yeah. Good job to staying disciplined on Grant, not fouling him after he had picked up his dribble.
Oh, nice pass, Jay Will. That was beautiful. So much patience as it broke down the defense for A.J. Mitchell.
But if you don't get anything out of the initial high pick and roll, there's still some action on the backside. The Thunder are getting a lot of leverage out of plays like that in this early part of the season.
I think it's safe to say, Michael, that the Thunder have come out here in this first quarter focused against this Portland team as Jeremy Grant knocks down a mid-range shot. But the Blazers have the Thunder's attention. SGA, though, through the lane. This might be a jump ball. And it is.
Jump ball.
But the big men passing, Michael, is just so impressive.
High pick and roll. It didn't happen. Secondary action. Keep going all the way through. And that's what A.J. Mitchell does. It's hard to believe he's only in his sophomore season, recognizing that they didn't get anything back, because usually when it's a high pick and roll, you want to give it to the guard coming off of there.
Boy, SGA got up there for that jump ball, just missed the tip. Reef, and that's way off on the three-point shot. He was huge in Portland's comeback on November 5th against the Thunder. A.J. Mitchell, the trail 3, and he steps into it and knocks it down.
Just giving the Trailblazers a little dose of the dose in transition. Not allowing them to set up that zone defense or those double teams.
The drive, off balance, way off balance, and it pops over to Joe. And an empty trip.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Trailblazers into some tough shots right now.
There's another backdoor cut. SGA again beats Murray off another pretty dish from Jalen Williams. Another assist for Jay Will. He's got 3, and a miss from 3 by the Blazers, but they get an offensive rebound and then throw it away. As the Thunder pressure right now being felt here in this first quarter.
Already with 32 points.
Shea sees the double. Pass snapped over to Joe. And he connects! And he got fouled! Possible 4-point play coming up.
I thought Jay Will should have taken that shot, but that's why I'm calling the game and not playing, because he can see in the 4th dimension with that play. Said, look, I'm not going to take this shot because I got one of the best 3-point shooters right now in the league. See, little shot fake, he's wide open, and just throws a rocket of a pass over to Joe. How about this, that connection between these two guys? They go way back like car seats, all the way back to middle school, high school, and college. And Fort Smith, Arkansas, not very far away here from Oklahoma City.
Doesn't take much for Jay Will to be on the same page with Isaiah Joe, but he's on the same page with everybody right now with those 4 assists. You think back, remember when Kenrich, Isaiah Joe, and Jay Will, they were racing to get all those charges. Right now, it's the big men passing, Michael. And all those assists from the big men. We've seen Hartenstein rack up assists. Now Jay Will's racking up assists. And it's such an interesting dimension to this offense because it opens so much when the ball's not in the hands of guards.
Well, and so many people can hurt you because of their ability to pass the basketball. I know you and I have been talking about the Chet Hartenstein connection. But when Jay Will gets on the floor, he's got a connection with pretty much everybody as well. You know, sometimes he's so unselfish. I'd like to see him be a little bit more selfish, but he knows what he's doing. Like on that last play where he shot faked and then just fired it over to Isaiah Joe. Now has an opportunity for a 4-point play.
Thunder offense continuing to hum along here. They have played at just a completely different gear than Portland in this first quarter. Built out a 19-point lead, shooting 62% in the game. And Joe now at the line to complete the 4-point play.
How about the Thunder shooting 62% from the field in their cup game Friday night, and 62% from the 3-point line as well. It's rare that you have a double-double like that, where you're shooting so well or outstanding.
And Alex Caruso with a foul to give. Little too much pressure out on the perimeter.
I like that, though. You know, you just don't ever want anybody to get comfortable with the basketball, even if you're, you know, at half court, 40 feet from it. Grant is not a guy who wants to handle the ball and beat you off the dribble from that far. Make him uncomfortable like he's got rocks in his shoes.
Jeremy Grant, a lot of traffic, and a whistle and a foul. That's a good analogy, Mike. When you got rocks in your shoes, oh, you literally have to sit down immediately and shake it out.
Can't really function very well.
even if it's a tiny pebble.
The tiniest ones are the most painful ones.
Check out the MidFirst Bank Hoops game for a monthly chance to win a $50 MidFirst Bank gift card and a Simple Modern water bottle. One lucky grand prize winner will win courtside tickets for next season. Play today in the official Thunder mobile app.
Grant's on a Thunder player as well. He's having a great season with the Trailblazers, averaging over 18 points a game. He's shooting a 3 outstanding. He can drive, good rebounder, good defender as well. He's off to a terrific start here with this young Blazer team.
Joe got run off the 3-point line and still flies in high off the window, right back to the line.
He took a little shot in the upper body. Was able to get by him. Take a look at this shot fake. They close out on him hard. Yeah, he broke the plane is what he did on that play. How about Isaiah Joe? 4-point play and now a 3-point play. That's almost 7 points he can get.
That's a different dimension
in 2 possessions
to his offense too, because you're assuming as a defensive player that he's just going to take that 3-point shot. What he put on the deck, drove in, and finished over a big man.
Yeah, that's tough to do. That guy's 7'2". Klingon not in the game. He's also 7'2". Good size for the Blazers. The future is very bright with these young players. banged up a bit.
Late shot clock. Pass, Sissoko, the three, no. Karam's right to SGA. We got time here, 3 seconds. Shea, pressured. He's not gonna get a shot off. Never quite had the clean look. He didn't have a lot of clean looks in the first quarter, Michael, but he still managed to pour in 14 first quarter points.
I thought he did a great job of getting the Thunder's offense going. The ball was moving, shots were falling. The Thunder shooting 64% from the field. Not bad at all, folks. 12 minutes in the books.
Thunder offense was on Friday night in Salt Lake City, and it's just continued here tonight on this Sunday in OKC. 63% shooting, Michael. The offense absolutely humming along in the first quarter against the Portland Trail Blazers.
Well, a nice little balance. You talked about the offense, but a 2 of 12 from downtown for the Blazers. You love those numbers. Yanya gets the rebound, gets the post up. Well, that's a nice move by the big man. Just couldn't finish. He's got great size coming in for Klingon, who's also 7'2".
One of those back to the basket moves you don't see very often. Mitchell almost got caught on the baseline. Able to save it back out to the perimeter. Another cut and a big man pass and another beautiful finish by a guard. This time it's Cason Wallace.
Sometimes you can play checkers with the ball, or sometimes you can play chess. That was a chess pass that time. Oh, how about this? Oh, my goodness. Was that through the legs? Was that a nutmeg? Everything is going so fast right now. I need Nick Gallo to help me out on that. Where's Ferris Lawson? I'm just trying to figure it out. Was that a nutmeg? Oh, my goodness. Everything is going right now for the Thunder.
And another pass to Alex Caruso as the Thunder are playing at a whole nother level right now than Portland. And absolutely pouring it on, even though Caruso missed that layup attempt. But remember, Michael, it was the Blazers who came back in Portland after the Thunder had built out a 20-plus point lead early in that game, and then really turned it on, particularly from three-point land, as Jeremy Grant has himself a triple there.
He's showing, his stroke. When he's with the Thunder, he was still working on that shot. He's knocking it down now, further along in his career.
Grant, first and only Blazer in double digits. A.J. Mitchell, tough shot over Yan. He's got 2 more.
He got him in that hostage position. He just kind of control the action from there. He's got that nice little floater we're starting to get used to.
And that's back-to-back threes by the Blazers.
Thanks. I told you, he was the one that missed that little chippy. Didn't miss the three-pointer. Big man had a nice little comfortable stroke.
Both he and Klingon with a three-point make as we get a whistle and a foul on the baseline. This is going to go on Jeremy Grant.
How about this? Just stripped Grant when he showed him that basketball. Look what it leads to. Another backdoor cut. The Trailblazers are overplaying the Thunder on the perimeter. Easy thing to do. Young players, cut backdoor. Watch the Thunder. Sometimes you can make it look like a textbook. You practice this all the time because they're a team that can play on the perimeter, and you want to overplay, so they backdoor cut.
Why would a team overplay defensively, Michael, particularly against OKC, when you know of the passing ability and all the different dimensions of the guards and the cutting? It's nothing new. It's been on film here for the last couple of years. There's a nice rip. A.J. Mitchell took it right away from Rupert, and then he got stripped down. Hard foul. He took a thud. And you see the Thunder players racing down to come to his defense. And Hartenstein taking issue with Rupert and the hard foul.
Yeah, he pulled him down. They're going to take a look at that. And I like the fact that Hartenstein is sticking up for his teammate like he should. And obviously the official's going to take a look at that. And Mitchell got up really fast.
He popped up
after taking a hard spill. He got pulled down in a defenseless position. So obviously, folks, official's going to take a look at this and see if this might get upgraded to a flagrant 1.
The previous foul was under review for a potential flagrant foul on Rupert, as well as a player altercation.
This call under review is brought to you by
It's one of those plays where, the player's trying to make a play, but once that guy's in the air and you're behind him, you just got to let it go.
This call under review is brought to you by Pella of Oklahoma, official window and door partner of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And so 2 different elements of the review here, Michael. You've got the flagrant possible foul on Repair, the hard foul, and then you've got the aftermath with Hartenstein coming down. You got Jason Goldenberg, the official, trying to hold everybody back. It looks to me like there's a lot of words exchanged, but everybody stay composed.
Yeah, he got his jersey, actually. Man. And that's one of those plays a guy can hurt his wrist.
It's dangerous.
You see how he fell on his wrist?
There's just got to be protection somehow.
Hey, just pulled his jersey backwards. Man, that's a vicious foul there.
You just know how vulnerable players are when they're in the air. And we saw a hard foul earlier this year from Russell Westbrook. That is a hard foul from Repair, but does it meet the criteria to be upgraded to a flagrant 1?
Yeah, I think with the tug on the jersey, that's going to give some leverage toward that kind of a judgment on that call, because he clearly had the guy's A.J. Mitchell's jersey and kind of tugged on it, which pulled him backwards while he was in the air. Officials have made. Now take a look at it. Watch this here, folks. That tug right there. Man, that's going to get him in trouble, in my opinion.
So the flagrant checklist: wind up, impact, follow through, unnecessary, high potential for injury. See what they decide.
After review, Rupert pulls the jersey of the offensive player. Therefore, the foul is upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1. In addition, we have a technical foul on Hartenstein for escalating the player altercation. Therefore, the technical foul will be shot first, followed by the flagrant foul, penalty 1, 2 free throws, and Oklahoma City will inbound on the side with 24 on the shot clock. Thank you.
Well, in all fairness, on Hartenstein, if I'm playing in this game, I had 15 years on the court, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going over to check on my teammate, and I'm going to go, hey, you didn't need to do that. Why did you do that? Just let the guy make the layup. So, I'm okay with what the officials have adjudicated with, a technical on Hartenstein, and then the flagrant foul upgrade to penalty 1.
The officials did a good job there parsing through that.
Yeah.
And both the elements. And you're right, Michael. I mean, the flagrant foul
Easy call,
was ruled.
right?
Easy call there. Chance for injury. A.J. Mitchell, you ripped him down midair. Now, did Hartenstein have to go down and start John with Repair? And what the official said was escalate the situation. No, he didn't have to do that, but you're right. You appreciate it as a player.
Yeah. 10 times out of 10, I'm going down there. I'm going to check on my teammate, and I'm going to go, who did that?
You don't mind getting the tee?
Was it you, Chris Fisher? Then I got, Chris, I'm getting in your face. I'm getting in your face. I'm just speaking a little street talk there, folks.
You got something to say. I like it.
And then, you know what? And that's it,
You're my big brother. We go get my big brother.
And Hartenstein's big brother. On the court. That just shows you how these guys look out for each other, folks, all the time.
And you got 2 more for A.J. Mitchell, who's already in the double digits. Ends up being a profitable trip for him.
Just keep calm and play on. Good job by the Thunder, regaining their composure and scoring points.
Thunder already up by 24. Grant, he's been producing offense. Murray, unorthodox shot, hasn't been going down. And a good box out by Ousmane Dieng.
That's what you have to do against the Trailblazers. They're tops in the NBA in second chance points. And they're struggling right now to score. Don't give up anything easy.
Oh, A.J. Mitchell, he got caught there. And tried to, over the shoulder, no-look pass to a cutter. Didn't get it.
Yeah, he got stuck in the trees there.
Right.
He just had nowhere. There was no room. They did a good job of just cornering him.
Nice pass. Jeremy Grant gave it up to Yang, but Yang has had 3 looks now. This has not been able to convert. Pass over to Cason Wallace. Sideline three, way off. Hartenstein right there for the rebound, and he missed the short shot. Excellent opportunity there for Hartenstein. Got a little mismatch here. Grant. Interesting, he settled, Mike. He got that shot to drop, but even with A.J. Mitchell on him, didn't try to back him down.
That's right. He's got a soft touch.
Oh, Mitchell wiggles his way through the defense and finds two more. It didn't look like he had any space and still able to score.
Wow, that was a tough finish by him, especially after taking that hard foul. He's one tough kid, folks.
Caruso catches the three. And the points keep coming here for the Thunder in this first half. Dominated the Blazers. And finally, Thiago Splitter, as this lead continues to swell, has to call the timeout. It is all OKC in this first half. It doesn't matter whether it's inside, outside, the Thunder dominate.
They're feisty on defense with their pressure, and they're certainly going to dictate the tempo of the game on offense. There's kind of a chaotic nature to them that's controlled. You know, it's clearly intentional. It's not. I don't say that as an insult. I say it as a compliment. But they get you kind of playing that way, and it can be on their terms. And so it'll be a good challenge for us today.
That was Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault in tonight's OU Health Coaches Corner. And something the Thunder has done at a really high level so far in this one is not allow this game to get to that frenetic pace that Portland likes to play with. If you look at it across the board here on an NFL Sunday, this has been an every phase of the game performance by OKC. Points in the paint where the Thunder loves to dominate, up 30-8 already. Off the bench, 25-5. And those points off turnovers, another Thunder hallmark, 16-3. Guys, the Thunder taking care of business in every phase of the game.
Yeah, they call that complimentary football on Sundays, Gal, or even Saturdays if you're a college football fan. And the Thunder right now playing complimentary basketball and playing this game on their terms. See Mark Daigneault. Everybody's looking over at the far sideline right now because we had a full-on waterfall of liquids right there in the first row. And Michael, I'm telling you, when it was a waterfall, we had an entire platter of beverages take a tumble.
Yeah, and you know, just judging by how many towels are on the ground, it lets you know how big that spill was. And obviously, safety is number one, not only for our fans, but for the players as well. So they're going to stay there until they clean up every single drop, folks.
Not only it's got to be dry. It can't be anything left over. Yeah. And I mean, that's about 4 loads at home of laundry.
Yeah, and then you get the final test.
The towels.
Yeah, you get the final test by the officials who's stepping on the floor over to make sure that there's no moisture still left. And now we're back to the game, folks.
Nice pass inside, and it's Murray cut across the baseline. Well, the Blazers came in number 3 in the NBA in pace. Fast-moving team, but this game so far has been played on the terms of the Thunder. As that three by Jay Will, a little bit short. Offensive rebound. Just 5 minutes gone by here in the second. Cason Wallace, a take 2-3, no good. And the rebound to Sissoko. Leonard really opened it up. Avdia, very aggressive on the offensive end. Wallace went for the steal, didn't get it. Sissoko on the drive, and he's going to get the and one on a slight bump from Ousmane Dieng.
See what you do, you throw it up there, you take that shot, and when you hear that whistle, time a little too much arm action from Ooze on that play.
It's one of those plays where the offensive players, Michael, they're just so good, so skilled at feeling the pressure and feeling the contact potentially of a defensive player, and then being able to manipulate in their favor. Avdia bounces off. Holmgren. That's a nice, clean defensive play. Not only did he force the miss, but he grabs the rebound. Holmgren pass up to 3. Wants to drive. Jay Will sees that heavy pressure out of the perimeter. Spacing is off. It's Jang. Gave it up to Cason Wallace, and he lost it. One good defender on another. You got Cason Wallace and Toumani Camara. Avdia, the spin, the dump down, and Klingen's going to get fouled. And the big fella's going to go to the free throw line.
That's a good foul by the Thunder. Klingen is one of those guys. He's 7'2", maybe a little bit more. He's going to dunk that basketball. Make him earn everything. Even though you're up by a sizable number, you never take anything for granted because you don't want them to get some kind of momentum going offensively.
Nominated first responder, you know, and they can get recognized at the Thunder home game and also receive 8 Thunder tickets, a custom jersey, celebration with Rumble, and the Thunder Girls, as well as a monetary donation to their department. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to OKCThunder.com/safety partner to nominate someone now.
Klingen, one of the big guys in the middle for the Thunder. For the Trailblazers that the Thunder have to deal with. He's averaging a double-double, right at 10 points, right at 10 rebounds a game. Just making his size and presence felt on a night-to-night basis with those kind of numbers.
Coming off a career-high game, 22 against Golden State in that Blazers win. And that time he got a block on Jay Wills, trying to tap it back in bounds and commits the foul.
And see, that's that size of Klingen. You know, just pretty much blocked that flat-footed. Forced Jay Will to foul him, and they were scrambling for that ball.
He has got true size inside. And there is an and one opportunity for Avdia. And Avdia, who is 1 for 8 from the floor prior to that make, picked up a couple of fouls early, just has 4 points. He got off to a really slow start on November 5th in that matchup before coming alive in the 4th quarter. But Avdia is one of those players, offensively, he's gotten so much better over the course of his career. In fact, his point production has increased each year he's been in the league. Now in his 2nd year with Portland.
Blazers extending their zone defense almost to half court.
And Holmgren squared up on that 3, no good. So Thunder offense dipping a little bit here. Hard to keep up that same kind of offensive pace throughout the course of the game. Errant pass, but it got tapped back out. Klingen's already made 1 3, and now the Blazers are starting to find a little rhythm of their own. Klingen's got his 2nd 3, had 10 total coming in to this game. Timeout OKC.
Is well underway of its 18th season of Holiday Assist, and last night Chet Holmgren and the Holmgren family hosted their 4th annual Holiday Assist Thanksgiving dinner with Citizens Caring for Children. Chet hosted foster families at Red Prime Steakhouse in downtown Oklahoma City. The families and the kiddos had so much fun. There were photos, face paint, coloring, and of course some really good food. Rumble the Bison even made an appearance. And guys, since his first year here with the Thunder, Chet and his family have hosted this Thanksgiving dinner for the foster families of Citizens Caring for Children, and it's become such an important tradition for them this time of year.
Yeah, thank you, Bears. So meaningful and so many people in need, Michael, and just what a great night, memorable night for them. And Chet Holmgren getting out into the community, turning that into a great tradition. Thunder coming out of the timeout. Dort short on the 3. So the Blazers with a little momentum for the first time in this game. And there's a deflection as Dort almost had it going the other way.
You can see the Blazers are trying to push up the pace on miss or makes. That is their MO. Does it not let you get your defense set?
That's what Tiago Splitter has tried to do since being named interim coach. Playing a ton of guys. Avdia not going to get the bounce. Klingen battling for that offensive rebound. Oh, spins away from Holmgren, and I think they're going to call an offensive foul.
Yeah, he swung that elbow back. Man, just wiped him out. Easy call by the official. Take a look at this. Yeah, just man.
Hold on contact. Holmgren got inside that zone, back outside. It's SGA. Pure from downtown.
How about Chet making a good decision with the basketball to not try to force that shot.
Avdia going to handle that clean pass. Might have been deflected by Dort. And SGA decides to pull it out as he's already got 20 points. How about this, Michael? 7 out of 8 shooting. He has just been blistering and making it and a 9 from the floor.
And how about a modest 5-0 run by number 2 in blue to get that lead back up there north of 20 after a solid run by the Trailblazers.
Had his whole run in the first quarter. Does it again here. Avdia bounces off the Dort. Tough shot on the fadeaway. No good. And it looked like Dort was in position for that rebound. Kamara lets it go from 3. No good. And Dort another slap down, but a foul. This is the personal Shea takeover here, Mike.
I love that. The trifecta. He's got so many ways, folks. That's why he left the NBA and scoring a season ago, reigning MVP. And you know what happened after that as well. A whole lot of MVPs happened last season for that guy.
Thunder in the penalty here. And Murray is at the free throw line. Alex Caruso returns with 3:15 on the clock here, second quarter. You've got Dort with 3 fouls and Jay Will with 3 fouls. But Dort, it appears, is going to stay in the game. Second free throw, no good. It looked like Clean had that rebound and a foul on the deck. And you can see he's just a tower inside, Michael. And if you're wondering, well, how do the Blazers have the most second chance points? How do they get so many offensive rebounds? I mean, you see the activity and the size and the commitment on the offensive glass.
He's one of those guys, when the ball goes up, you have to step in front of him, and you have to give him a little elbow. You forearm, gently, you know, and just kind of moving back, because the closer he is to the rim, the harder it is to guard him.
And this is going to be the 3rd trip to the free throw line for the Blazers after multiple offensive rebounds. And somehow it was Murray that time sneaking in. Mark Daigneault is... the Thunder just got a delay of game. Some ambivalence there. And you saw Chet with Kamara on his backside trying to get that one hand on it, but it bounced right over to Murray. And so far on this one trip, you've got 3 free throws already made by the Blazers. So that ends up being a 4-point trip.
It's all coming off what the Blazers like to do, because those offensive rebounds, if they can cash in.
Shea, too much speed, and he's going to get fouled, and he's down on the stanchion. Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. And SGA feeling it there as he will head to the free throw line in what has already been almost a faultless first half.
Yeah, there's that contact, not in legal guarding position. The whistle was late, but correct. Man, he hit that stanchion back there.
Well, he rolled his ankle on the drive, just slightly. And you see him wincing as he was making his way to the free throw line.
And if you're the Thunder right now, the Blazers are missing a lot of shots, and they're trying to go get them. And you have to be fundamentally sound to box them out, get the rebound, and get quickly in transition. You got numbers, because they send so many bodies around the rim, the Trailblazers do. And they count on getting those offensive rebounds in those situations.
Already 24 in the game for SGA. That's a season high for any half this year. And we still got 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Avdia ran into all kinds of traffic. Chet able to reestablish inside so that he was able to get the possession.
Wow. I mean, he just stayed with it and just used that length and size.
Holmgren loads up from downtown. It has not been there. As Cason Wallace, again, you see the activity. He's so good with those deflections, Michael.
Yeah, how about that? Perfect. Augie just knew it wasn't going to go in. He got blocked. More importantly, he saved it.
Kamara shut off nicely on the baseline. It's Murray back out Avdia off the catch. His fires from 3. He's 0 for 7 from downtown in the first half. Thunder with the lead in the ball. And a turnover.
And he's generally a terrific three-point shooter, especially if you leave an open look, as he did on that last miss.
Avdia, good offensive player, was defended by Caruso. And what great defense. Cason Wallace, the stab out of bounds. And Thiago Splitter can't believe it.
Right, well, Grant's not arguing about this hand. This is why he's leading the NBA in steals, folks.
And how about the 5.1 deflections, Michael, a game? 3rd in the NBA for Cason Wallace, who has just really established himself as one of the best perimeter defenders, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Nice dish. SGA dumps it off to Holmgren. And Chet's got his first field goal of the game.
And he did just what you should do around the basket. Don't take any chances. Just flush it.
You're thinking SGA, with all the shots that he's been taking, he's going to find a way to get to the rim again. But if you are open, he will find you as a passer. Oh, there's Wallace with the defense and the steal. Trying to force numbers. And Cason! He jumped from too far away and missed the dunk. And Grant comes back the other way for a 5-point swing. Boy, Cason Wallace, he took off almost from the elbow, Michael. And usually guys can size that up. Instead, he tries a 3, no good. Long rebound, and the Blazers have it with under a minute to go. And Wallace is going to commit the foul. And for Wallace, that'll be his first. And man, he's still thinking about that dunk a couple of plays ago. Because he absolutely flew. And he got up above the rim. He just hit it off the back iron. It went flying.
Yeah. And normally makes those shots. That ball bounced pretty far back, too.
And now a quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
Visit your local Oklahoma Ford dealer today. Ford is built for Oklahoma.
The night for Avdia, Michael, he's 2 for 13 and 0 for 7 from 3.
Well, and that's defense. That's what that is, because that guy's a terrific scorer. He's averaging almost 27 a game. And he's put up some solid numbers for him already.
SGA making his move, passes, Hartenstein rejected. SGA on the putback. And what a monster first half it's been. He even had to smile back at the bench.
Sometimes you just say, did he mean to do that?
Oh, almost a steal on Avdia. In both Cason Wallace and SGA. 3-point shot short. Karam's right to SGA. A dive for it and out of bounds on the baseline was Love. And the Thunder can get the last shot here in the first half.
That's a great hustle play. Unless the Blazers will have another crack at it. And possibly the last possession.
Crowd on its feet here inside Paycom Center. Already 65 points. Shea with Kamara defending and a whistle and a foul. But the Blazers have a foul to give. With under 2 minutes.
Yeah, this whistle came late. As he kind of pulled him with a right arm. Smart play by the Blazers, though. As they just shortened the clock for the Thunder. 4.1 seconds remaining for halftime.
Caruso will be the man to get it in. Kamara, right on the hip of SGA. Well, and are they not going to allow the substitution?
Well, they will.
Want Isaiah Joe in for Cason Wallace.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you got shooters in the game, long distance shooters as well with that short clock.
There's SGA. Somehow slipped in, and Caruso fed him beautifully. How did he get so open? A faultless first half for SGA. Absolute perfection and brilliance from the reigning MVP. Somehow sprung free, got open, just 4 seconds to work with, and a 28-point first half for the best player in the NBA. Nick and Paris, they'll have so much to talk about on this first half that has the Thunder up by 21 over the Portland Trail Blazers here at home. First half by OKC, who built out a 21-point lead over the Portland Trail Blazers. Before we start the third quarter, let's check in with Paris.
Well, guys, I was able to catch up with Thunder assistant coach Eric Maynor at halftime and ask him about the Thunder's offense, which has been humming so well to start this game. He told me the guys have done a really good job sharing the ball, but also attacking Portland's pressure. The Blazers want to be really aggressive in their defensive pressure, and OKC's done a really good job using that pressure against Portland to get downhill and get to the rim, guys.
All right, thank you, Paris. First possession, third quarter. Chet Holmgren already with 2 blocks. Michael, he might have his third.
And he did. Oh, my goodness. What a nice smothering of the basketball. That time he kind of flopped on that one. Fishes weren't buying it. Wallace got a good look at that one.
Cason Wallace, quiet offensive night, but he's been effective again on the defensive end. A long rebound, and it's Grant coming up with it. Kamara, oh, they left him open, and Kamara drives in. There's another block. This time it's Hartenstein getting up there for the rejection.
And Kamara got up pretty high on that layup. He had to go get it.
Shea, who was near perfect in the first half, is going to get fouled by Kamara. That'll be his third, and he's going to go right back to the free throw line. Michael, he almost had a 30-point game in the first half.
Now, Chet says, I got a block. Prentice said, check this one out. I'm going up. He had to go upstairs to get that one. I mean, he had to go way upstairs to get that one. And, you know, that last play by Shea on Kamara. I'm just going to explain that, break that down to you real quick, folks. He got 2 free throws. Kamara had him. He had him. He had picked up his dribble. He had turned his back. He's in the lane. The 3-second count is. Then he sticks his hands in the cookie jar. It's almost like Shea knows he's waiting for it, and he goes up with a shot. But that's the superlative, folks, of SGA. So patient. You can't speed him up, and you can't slow him down either.
He plays the game on his terms, particularly with the ball in his hands. He's been an excellent defender. That time runs Kamara off the line, able to recover, get the hand up to contest, and he's got the rebound. Wallace veering in, and he might have missed the dunk earlier, but he lays that one in.
He laid it where the defense couldn't get to it. Right between the two guys.
One guy you don't want to get going in the second half, Michael, is Deni Avdija. And Avdija could not break free from Dort. As Jeremy Grant, heavy pressure. Now Avdija looking for the whistle, didn't get it. Nice rebound, Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, he was really trying to draw the foul. Fisher's not buying it.
Kamara, all defensive second team last year. That's just the second miss of the game for SGA. Nice little back tap out, you get a fresh 14. That's Holmgren with speed down the lane, another pass. Hartenstein with some power at the rim.
Thunder coming out here real strong in the top part of this third quarter. Knowing that the Blazers are going to try to make some run, and all teams do at some point in time. It's tough to keep a lead as large as the Thunder have right now.
Oh, good defense. Holmgren going right with Sissoko, step for step. Almost had another block. That's a good finish by Sidy Cissoko.
You have to throw that up there.
Little hostage dribble there for Wallace. That time Kamara shut off the attempted backdoor cut as Chet had it picked. Grant way off balance, and they're going to say he's off balance because of contact and a foul.
Foul number 7, Chet Holmgren.
They're going to call it on Holmgren.
First team foul.
How about this? That big-to-big pass, it is just difficult to guard because you got to respect what Chet can do in the lane. He's got that nice little floater, nice little fadeaway shot. And we've seen that. It was on display Friday night in Utah, that cup game. And then you got this guy roaming the dunker slot in Hartenstein. Now, they can also switch positions on that too, which is almost not fair. Like, okay, you got two guys that can make that play off the dribble in the lane. We call that a pocket pass, folks.
It's a good point, Michael, because you can put either one of those guys really anywhere on the floor, and they're going to be able to make a play. And they're going to be able to score, they're going to be able to dribble, they're going to be able to pass. And it doesn't matter whether it's inside like that, whether you're in the dunker slot or behind the three-point line.
Yeah, those two guys combined for 5 assists for the Thunder in that first half. Sissoko's going to get called for a foul out front. A little bit too aggressive. Shea had picked up his dribble. Just stay there with him. You don't have to reach in and grab. You bail him out on that. But he's a young player, learning the game. He's playing against one of the most lethal scorers in the association, too.
Oh, nice pass. SGA keeping that ball ahead of the defense. That was a quick one, zipping down low. Chet was in the perfect spot, and teams continue, Michael, to play with fire, playing that zone defense.
Well, the Thunder already up to 18 assists right now off of plays like this, folks. In that painted area, too, doing some damage.
It's 10 combined assists by the 3 Thunder centers who have played here so far tonight. Chet Holmgren with a slick pass, Hartenstein with his patented backdoor look on the bounce pass, and then Jay Will, his 8th game already this season with at least 4 assists. That's half the games he's played so far this season. I got a chance to catch up with Chet earlier tonight. He said what's really fascinating for him this year is he's probably being guarded differently on a night-to-night basis more than anybody on the team because he's vacillating sometimes between playing the 5, between playing the 4, and with the different coverages, he's being guarded in different ways. So it's tested him and his ability to make plays like Hartenstein's doing out here in the open floor.
Come on, Nick, keep the play-by-play going, man. They turned the Blazers over, but Cason Wallace missed his 2nd dunk of the night.
Yeah, well, it may have been due to a little bit of defensive pressure on that one. No harm, no foul. Thunder got the ball back.
With a great turnover, a great steal. And now SGA on the baseline shot. Battle for the rebound between Hartenstein and Klingon. 25-point Thunder lead here early in the 3rd. Avdia trying to get something going and finally does from the outside after missing his first 7 3-point attempts.
That's a good sign for the Thunder defense because he's a terrific scorer in a variety of different ways.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul. Number 55 has it.
And it's too bad this wasn't finished off, Michael, because this one had some extra flavor to it.
Look at that, man. On the run, too. Man, look at that.
See, Cason Wallace, in his mind, Mike, he said, the last one I went too far out with one hand. This time I'm going to get the sure two-handed dunk.
Yeah.
And he did, and he still came up empty.
I think he was going too fast and just dunked it off the back of the rim.
Avdia gives it up, Klingon. That was never looking good. And Murray sneaks in for an offensive rebound. Now Love, coming off a big shooting performance against Golden State. Murray had to keep the pivot foot down, leans in. Holmgren got a piece of it on another block.
Picked up his dribble against a 7-footer in the lane at 6'8". That's going to be tough to do.
Dort wisely decided to pull that ball back out as Holmgren had the positioning there on Murray, who could only commit the foul. 3rd team foul on the Blazers. And
this big-to-big connection is really becoming a problem for teams. 7-footers that can pass the basketball
from anywhere on the floor.
And and they're effective with it too.
Shea gives it up, and Clingan got a piece of the arm of Hartenstein. One of those bigs that was just lurking in that dunker slot, Michael, that you're mentioning. There's something about a big man with an assist too, Mike, that just, it's very appealing.
Thank you. Oh, you were talking about.
I was saying the Thunder big men, not necessarily the big men on our broadcast crew.
I thought you was having a flashback from my career or something. My bad.
There's no better place to catch the game than here at Paycom Center. The Thunder's next home game will be Wednesday at 6:30 when they host the Minnesota Timberwolves in another Emirates NBA Cup matchup. Go to OKCThunder.com/buy tickets to claim your seats today. And it would take us a really long time to find some footage of Michael Cage and an assist. I don't know if it exists.
Yeah, if you can start the assist, back in the backcourt.
What a rejection inside! Hartenstein standing up tall like a wall. Dort and Holmgren gave it right back. Thunder trying to get back. Love watches and hits the three. He had 6 against Golden State, which was a career high. In fact, it was a Blazers rookie record off the bench.
He's got a nice stroke too. Stepped into that shot with a lot of confidence.
SGA, the wraparound pass, and Hartenstein had it blocked by Clingan. Love. Foul. Hartenstein's so used to shooting over the top of defenders. But Clingan, he's eye to eye with him. Maybe even has a little bit of a height advantage.
Yeah, he's 7'2". He knows how to use that height, that size. And the Thunder will bring in Isaiah Joe and Jay Will. We're approaching the halfway mark of the third quarter.
Joe, Jay Will, and the two towers inside, and Hartenstein and Holmgren take a seat. Still a 20-point Thunder lead here in the third, and you get the third team foul. And that's going to go against SGA.
One of those fouls, just leave that alone. It's away from the ball. The guy's not trying to get the ball. It's a little slight shove by SGA. Kamara kind of, accentuated it. Just let the game go on that play.
Love trying to get another three. A little too strong that time. Tapped out. He's going to get a second effort and still can't convert. And we get a tie up underneath. And you get a loose ball foul on Jay Will, trying to box out Clingan. And that is number 4 on Jay Will. And the 4th team foul.
Man, this is tough. How did he foul him?
Mark Daigneault is going to challenge.
Yeah, I think this is a good challenge. If anything, this is a no call. As we'll figure this all out, folks, when we come back.
Official window and door partner of the OKC Thunder, and we came back just after the ruling from Mitchell Orban. The call is overturned, Michael, and the foul is on Clingan here. It is not on Jay Will, as Clingan got that left arm on the chest of Jay Will.
Yeah, nice hook right
Clearly
there.
a loose ball foul on Portland.
Yeah, man. That's a great challenge, actually, because, man, there's that bullet right there. I tell you, man, when elephants fight, only the grass suffer. I wouldn't want to be underneath that basket with those two guys. Those are some mean guys, man. I'm just saying.
You can feel the ground shaking a little bit there.
Everything, yeah.
Between the two big fellas, Jay Will at the free throw line. And we should note that because it was a loose ball foul on Portland, and Portland being in the penalty, that's why Jay Will's at the free throw line here, getting the 2. And Clingan, to make matters worse for Portland here, picked up his 5th personal foul, but Jay Will cannot take advantage. at the free throw line.
Yeah, and if you're the Thunder right now, you're driving the basketball on every opportunity. Knowing that you're in that bonus right now with a whole lot of time left in this third quarter.
Nice deflection, active defense. Just can't come up with it. Avdia lowers the shoulder, wiped out Cason Wallace, and able to score the 2. Thunder led by as many as 27. SGA pulls up, might have been a little contact. He takes a spill, almost snaps up and gets that steal, but deflects it out of bounds.
Wow, that's a tough shot too, man. My goodness, he actually got hit. Take a look at this, folks. Man, that's a professional scorer, folks. You can try that at home, but you're gonna get mixed results.
Just continues to lay it on the Blazers. Kamara, a 3, no good. 3-point shot has not been there for the Blazers. They're just 8 out of 30 in the game. After knocking down 19 in the first matchup between these two teams. Dort off the catch. Not going to get that soft bounce. He's got that heavy, heavy 3. Oh, Wall passed up a layup to get it outside. And it doesn't pay off because it hits the shot clock. And the official all over it.
Well, how did Jay Will get that shot made the other night? It counted for Jay Will. How come that shot doesn't count?
Because it hit the shot clock. You can hit the top of the backboard and have it drop in.
That was still an amazing shot by him. Folks, Friday night, that's why you stayed up late to watch it. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just playing. What an amazing shot by Jay Will. From the corner. Hit the top of the backboard, bounce a couple of times before dropping in the basket.
Just had to sing on the rim a little bit as Jay Will just picked up number 4. Moving screen out of the perimeter. In this third quarter, Michael, that is just totally slowed up. It is a 12-11 Blazers third quarter here. And we're under 4 minutes to go. There's been very little scoring. Kick out, Love, and another missed 3. That's a good look. Blazers have had some good looks from 3.
And a good rebound, working man's rebound by Jay Will.
Jay Will, and he didn't need the bounce there. All he did was shoot it right in.
That's 2 really good plays by him, keeping the Blazers off that free throw line. Excuse me, off the offensive rebounding and then going down and knocking down the 3. This is a guy that just got that big rebound. He spots up folks. They call it a trail big. Usually you're in the middle of the floor, but smartly he says, you know, if the ball's in the middle of the floor, I'm just going to kind of flare out to the wing.
And he didn't blink on that one either. He just shot it as soon as SGA sprayed it out wide. And free throws here.
The Blazers are forced to play small ball with their big man Klingon on the bench in foul trouble, but the Thunder go in and out of small ball. Sometimes you just have to point it out when they're doing it.
Well, Blazers got the offensive rebound, but there's a great deflection on the perimeter pass. SGA getting downhill, might have got tied up. Short of the floater, trying to track it down, and does.
Man, he is so quick to the basketball. And how about that pass? My goodness. That pass went through 2, 3, maybe 4 states. Come on.
Not to mention, Michael, it was left-handed.
He hit him on the money, too. It just shows you the skills that are not related to scoring for SGA. He does it all, folks.
6 more assists for him. Jeremy Grant's going to come up a little bit short, trying to get some of that offense back. And quickly into the front court, it is Joe. Oh, dumped it off. Jay Will gets tied up and fouled. And he's going to go back to the free throw line as the Thunder already up by 25.
You want to see a pass go through 2, maybe 3 time zone? Right here. Look at this. Hits him right in the pocket with this offhand. I'm glad you pointed that out, partner. But look at that. Hit him in a shooting pocket. All he had to do was just, you know, lock and load, and that 3's up in the air.
So impressive, too. To put that kind of pace on it and just sling it across sideline to sideline.
Yeah, that's some next level stuff, man. Especially coming from, you know, a scorer. They generally are not great passers like that because they're used to scoring, you know, by definition. And for more, let's go to Nick Gallo.
Well, Mark Daigneault says that Shea has consistent vision, and yes, he definitely means great vision in terms of being able to see the passes, but more what he's talking about is a vision for his career, for his future, what he needs to add to his game in order to not just touch up on the margins, but to make those big-time strides to be the type of playmaker and leader that this team needs. And it's such a remarkable quality for Shea because you just see him every year add things to his game. I don't remember that lefty whip pass out of the post last year, but he's using it this year to great effect.
Always trying to take his game to a whole other level. That's a nice pass. Jeremy Grant set it up for Murray.
Good job by Murray playing along that dunker slot. He's generally a scorer from the perimeter.
Shea splitting the defense off balance, and more shooting touch as it's all going down for the reigning MVP, who's up to 34.
And they're making him work for every single point. And once he gets by that primary defender, there's 2-3 guys waiting on him.
Tough drive and finish there for Jeremy Grant, who's really has been kind of the only scoring option on a consistent basis for the Blazers in this game. How about that? He's going left off of his left foot and still able to score.
Yeah, his right leg cross his body. I mean, I do that, man. I'm going to the ER. And you're going to drive me, too, because you told me to try it.
Do I have to wait with you at the ER, too, or can I drop you off? Because that tends to be a long wait.
You're partly responsible because that's a move that only SGA could do. You should have told me.
That's okay. You're my partner. I'll hang out with you. We could be there all night, though. Those ERs don't go quickly.
No, they sure don't, man.
Oh, the step back stick. You can't defend it.
Sometimes you know, he is worth the price of admission. How about this? Defense on Grant.
Still on the deck.
Yeah, on the floor.
Going all out is SGA. Not giving up anything. There's Caruso. Not allowing the Blazers to get anything on the offensive glass that time. Oh, what a pass. There it is again. An absolute beauty set up for Caruso. As SGA's passing tonight has been dazzling.
He's just doing everything, folks. Just
There's
doing everything.
By the Blazers. SGA, Michael, has got 37 points in 29 minutes.
Wow. Only missed 4 shots all night. He's still perfect at the free throw line. The efficiency at which he plays at.
He was looking for 40 on that 3. Tracked down rebound by Caruso. Still with the basketball. That's Mitchell. That's going to count as a 3. A.J. Mitchell adding to the lead. It is up to 30.
And that's the largest it's been all night, folks. As the Thunder just continue to have these strong third quarters.
They wanted the ball out of the hands of Jeremy Grant. So Love works inside. That's a nice move. And so far, the undrafted player has looked pretty good. A.J. Mitchell with speed, working his way up the floor. The pass out to Joe. The sidestep 3. And he missed it. That'll close out quarter number 3. That got off to a really slow start, Michael. Remember, it was 12-11. But the Thunder finish out on a 19-11 run. And they got their biggest lead of the night on what has been almost a perfect night for SGA, doing a little bit of everything. By Devin Energy. Thunder defense suffocating at times. One of the Blazers below 40% in all 3 quarters and limiting their top scorer, Deni Avdija, who has had an off night to say the least. But the Thunder offense has not had an off night, Michael, led by 15 points or more since late in the first quarter. And SGA, of course, has been a big part of that. 37 points in 30 minutes, maximum efficiency for the league MVP, who's going to start this 4th quarter on the bench. And if you're the Thunder here, Michael, you had a 30-point lead for the 7th time. Actually, get a whistle here as the officials try to sort this out.
Well, they had called, I believe, a clear path. Initially, official stuck both arms out with a fist and said, and then they had a little small conference and decided it was just a common foul and signed out to the Blazers. Isaiah Joe will get hit with the foul on that play.
The kick out. And the Blazers continue to just clank threes.
That was a strong point in the game earlier in Portland. They were able to knock down those threes. Look at this ball moving by the Thunder. My goodness.
What a two-person game between Isaiah Joe, his movement, the screening of Hartenstein. He got it right back. It's unfortunate that he was not able to finish that one off. Yang trying to direct traffic out on the perimeter. And a three-point shot is down. That is Ryan Rupert. He had a hard foul on A.J. Mitchell earlier in this game. As Mitchell's pass, fortunate to get tipped up over to Hartenstein. As Wallace, Holmgren tees it up. Still can't get that three-point shot to drop. He's looking for one to go. But this Thunder defense has made life difficult again on the Blazers. We're on the front end of a back-to-back. And that free throw shot, it's another good look, but just a miss by Love.
It's kind of a night it's been for the Trailblazers. Some good looks at times.
A.J. Mitchell got it right back. He's in the key. And somehow, just a little up and scoop. Not a problem.
That's a high-level confidence play.
You're absolutely right. If you don't have the belief in your game, Michael, particularly around the rim, you're not putting up that shot.
No, absolutely. It'll get batted away, or you'll miss it. I tell you, he has just been fun to watch, folks. Well, you have to remind you, he's only in his sophomore season as he finds Wallace for the trifecta.
And that's just a good play by him and a good play of leading the defense. You break it down off the deck, and then you spray it out to a wide-open shooter in Cason Wallace. I mean, that's just a good offensive read.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this kid, man. You know, he's got some low post moves.
Yang, that is.
Yeah, I just love what he's doing. You know, he's missed a couple of few chippies around the basket. There's collapsing the defense. Got all the dark colored jerseys following you. Wallace just disciplinedly touring that three-point line over there, knowing he might get that basketball. These two guys have been playing together for a while. And it's also a good read on the game as well.
So yeah, Yang at the line. He was a first-round pick, Mike. 16th overall in this past summer's draft. Out of China. Hasn't had a lot of big games. But the Blazers, they believe that they can develop him. Mitchell, get on the drive. And that's his shot. Going the opposite way. That time he goes right, shoots left.
Yeah, and he's under pressure, too, when he's making a lot of those shots.
Don't tell him, Mike, but he's 8 for 8 from the floor. Yang off on the three. There, and another good contest at the rim. Boy, Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren, Michael, they have been absolute roars tonight at the rim. As that's going to be a holding foul on Caleb Love.
I hope that, you know, those two guys realize that that's like a superpower. Not right here. That's not a superpower. That's a foul. But you know, that connection between those two, Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. Keep in mind, too, folks, they played more games in the playoffs together than they did in the regular season last year. So what you're seeing is still developing. It's going to keep getting better and sharper as both will exit. As we're talking about them, probably done for the night. 8:37 to go. Thunder up pretty big here. Already hit the century mark in the top part of this fourth quarter.
It's Ousmane Dieng and Carlson in. As Dieng was trying to tip it up to a teammate, couldn't do it. Well, this Thunder team, Michael, has come out They played with a lot of intent in the first half, particularly the first quarter. Long rebound out to Reef.
He was outstanding in that game in Portland.
He spurred the comeback when he came into the game in the second quarter.
Yeah.
With all those three-point shots that just kind of...
He made some out of his mind, though. Contested.
Late shot clock.
Yeah, thank you. Late shot clock. And just shows you how the game is so difficult at times and so easy. He made it look easy.
Brooks Barnhizer enters for the first time with 8 and change left to go in this fourth quarter. Love the lob, and Yang getting up there with one hand to spike it down as Mark Daigneault is going to burn a TO. 8 and 2 ticks on the clock, fourth quarter in what has been Mint runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Get the gift of Thunder basketball with our holiday packages and a free snowflake patch add-on while supplies last. These are available now by scanning the QR code on the screen or at OKCThunder.com/holiday. Oh, those are some young Thunder fans, Mike. They don't know how good they got it right now. They get carried out of the arena. You got a 30-point game. Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving's coming up.
And James hits that corner three. Yeah, it's Turkey week. It's going to be a break in the action. They're not really sure. Saw Yang tying his shoe, but generally they don't stop the game for a player to tie his shoe.
That's a turkey leg.
Is that turkey? That's a turkey head? I wasn't really sure what that was. Maybe I thought that was a college mascot or something.
It's going to be a great week at home for OKC. Yang trying to do a little up and under there scoop. Not able to convert Jang.
I told you, I like the big fella. And that's back-to-back jacks for the Thunder. Jang. And now Brandon Carlson, who's fresh off his visit home to Salt Lake City, had a big family there on Friday night for the Cup game.
Had to mean a lot to be able to play inside that arena. Arena in which grew up not far from.
Yeah, he's played his college basketball at University of Utah.
Ousmane Dieng, again from the outside. The Thunder again, Michael, shooting threes. Obviously they had 23 on Friday night. That's a big number. But they're shooting 46% from downtown tonight. A lot of those have just been clean in rhythm looks. Yang outside and Sissoko from deep.
And that's because of the passing to kind of touch base with what you're talking about, partner. They're moving the basketball quickly. They're getting really good looks. See how quickly that ball's going, and that guy's got plenty of time to line up that shot.
That time Jang not able to convert. Yang with time. Had good arc on the three. Just not going to see that one go down as Youngblood is in the game for the first time. And Mike, I mean, you just got such a massive number here on the scoreboard for the Thunder again. Leading by 30 points, and Carlson, another nice finish.
He's got 5 points off the bench real quickly. Knocked down that three, now the layup. And, the bench, I tell, it just shows you a sign of professionalism. No matter what the score is, you come out to play. And that's what the Thunder have done. They had 71 points from their bench on Friday night, which is second most in Thunder history. And had 4 guys off the bench in double figures, and they just come out ready. Come out the gates ready to play. Coming off the Thunder bench, you're going to get some minutes, man. Especially, with still missing some key personnel. No J Dub, and no Aaron Wiggins, and no Kenrich Williams.
Well, there's a lot of belief right now as Yang way too much on that one. And Ousmane Dieng, last one to touch it. There's just so much confidence on this team right now, top to bottom. And it's interesting because when you hear players like Jalen Williams, a couple years ago, Jay Will that is, and even A.J. Mitchell this year. You hear from Brandon Carlson and these guys, the confidence and the belief that is instilled in these guys from top to bottom to be able to come in, play the way that the Thunder want to play, and have the belief to go out there and make a play.
And I tell you, that system that the Thunder has makes it real easy for them. When he's about to get that shot up, that's going to be a shot clock violation. But, you know, give it to the guys. I mean, what you're coming into tonight's game is 16-1. You know, you've been missing personnel all season long. I'm not really sure what that count is. I always could go to Nick Gallo. I didn't get a chance to talk to Nick Gallo to find out how many man games have the Thunder lost, but that number keeps rising every game. Nick, what is that number right now?
That number is 95 now to this point in the season. So 95 total games that the Thunder has missed from players due to injury already this season. Second most in the NBA.
You're talking about the record is 16-1. And, you know, you've missed some key guys have missed some significant games. And you've still been able to maintain this quality of play.
And another three because of another quality shot. Barnhizer gets into the mix. His first shot, his first make. Boy, how about the Thunder, Michael? I think that OKC in this game, and it might have been because of the loss earlier in the season to Portland. It might have been coming back home. You get the day off. You had a big win against Utah. But this Thunder team came out with a purpose in that first quarter and absolutely stepped on the Blazers and never looked back.
Yeah, don't forget we landed yesterday morning. What?
3:30 in the morning is when the plane hit the runway.
Really?
3:30. I was looking right at my phone.
And you got an early game today. That speaks for the character. It speaks for the professionalism on this team to be able to pull it all together and play against a quality team like the Trail Blazers, who gave you your first loss of the season earlier in the month.
It's going to be a good test, too, when the Thunder actually go back out on the road. The next road game that OKC plays is going to be against this Portland team on a really early Sunday start time, Michael. It's going to be a 3 o'clock tip in Portland next Sunday, week from today. Barnhizer off on that shot. That'll be the next time the Thunder go out on the road.
A little two-game roadie. Play in, start in Portland, as Chris said, and then go over to San Francisco to play the Golden State Warriors. But I think this week is really important for the Thunder because they're going to get 2 days off. You know, it's been a long time since they've had 2 days off between games. You get tomorrow off, you get Tuesday off, and you got a national game on Wednesday night against Minnesota. Those guys, you know, you need to step away and have those recovery days. There's rest days and then there's recovery days. Tomorrow is a rest day. Well, more of a recovery day. Tuesday would be a rest day. Before the Thunder will enjoy this time home this week for the Turkey Day on Thursday, folks.
Well, Thunder had 2 days off earlier in the month. One of those was a travel day, though, to Charlotte. Doesn't really count. We got 2:35 left to go. The Thunder going to punch win number 17 on the season. Just a formality from here. It's OG&E power play of the game, Mike. And how about A.J. Mitchell?
Well, just playing at a high level and a high level of confidence for the second-year man. Just making a variety of moves and just making it look easy, mid-range, dropping threes, dropping dimes. We call them dimes or assists, folks, and that's why we're going to give this guy player of the game.
Player of the game brought to you by Riverwind Casino. And that is a perfect stat line. 5th 20-point game of the season, Michael. He has totally maximized his opportunity coming in and playing. It's not just because guys have been down or guys have been hurt. He has earned his way out on the floor. We saw him show up last year in those 36 games played, but he has showed up in a whole different way so far this year, and he has just been so fun to watch.
You know, and he just continues to pass that litmus test every night. And it changes with each ball club that comes in here. And one thing that hasn't changed is he's been very consistent.
And the thing about all those points in his shots, tonight it was within the offense.
You know, he's just learning, man, I tell you. As Carlson continues to punch his ticket with those threes. Thunder right now shooting over 42% from downtown. That's their 15th make.
On top of 23 the other night, as Reith is going to work his way inside. We're not going to have the chance to work the game on Wednesday night. As you mentioned, that's going to be a nationally televised game on ESPN. So we hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving from all of us here on the broadcast crew. Are you a turkey guy, Mike, or are you a sides guy when it comes to Thanksgiving?
It's a nice poke away by Joe. I'm an everything guy. I want it all. I want the turkey dressing.
You want the gravy?
I want the gravy, and I want the stuff, the yams. You got to have some yams. Okay. I like the cranberry sauce. Don't leave out anything. Anything else, folks?
Stuffing.
Help me out, folks. I said I want everything.
Stuffing, sweet potato casserole.
Okay. Yeah. I want that too. And for dessert,
You're a pumpkin pie guy.
Yeah. How'd you know that? Do you know that?
You want
Oh,
everything.
you took a guess. I am yeah. I'm a pumpkin pie guy. Yeah. I know sweet potatoes probably more traditional.
Well, it's going to be another massive win for OKC here on the scoreboard. A dominating win after jumping out to an early first quarter lead and never once looking back. Just the excellence of execution on display. You're getting easy buckets all night long. They're still moving the basketball with the scoreboard sitting at 30 points right now. This is going to go down as a dominant Thunder victory.
And what a difference it was last time these two teams met in Portland. As you mentioned, they will meet 1 week from today up in the Pacific Northwest. But tonight it has been all Thunder as they have led from start to finish. Games only tied twice, and that was in the first quarter. And once again, for the 11th time out of 18 games, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has not played in the fourth quarter. Man, you love that too.
He almost had 30 points in the first half. They didn't need that kind of production in the second half because of the work that they did early in this game. And the 10th best start in NBA history for the Thunder at 17-1. As they absolutely dominate the Portland Trail Blazers tonight. Final score 122-95 here inside Paycom Center. Michael, you think the Thunder are glad to be back home?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about some of those keys with the bench production. It was solid again night. The Thunder bench had 71 points on Friday night. How about this? They followed it up tonight with 61. And it's another balanced attack by the Thunder. Everybody chipping in, folks, as this has been a grueling traveling schedule. But this starts a three-game homestand in a positive way for Big Blue.
You mentioned the bench production, Michael. First time since the bubble that the Thunder have had back-to-back 60-point bench production games. Really remarkable stuff. Let's send it over to Gallo.
Thanks, Chris. AJ, there was a clear tone set from the very outset and a very clean handoff from the starters to the second unit. What was the mindset coming into this game, and how did you execute on it?
I think just being prepared and being ready for 38 minutes. We started off well, and we just kept going. So that's what we got to keep doing every single game.
Shai seemed to just control this game in every aspect of it. What are you seeing and feeling out there on the floor when he's in that zone?
I mean, he's a killer. He's a killer, and we know that. And seeing him in that zone is always a pleasure to watch. But yeah, he's a killer.
A perfect night for you from the floor. How'd that feel out there? And did the guys let you know about it during the game?
Yeah, I mean, they let me know about my 2 free throws I missed. So almost perfect. But yeah, no, I mean, glad we got to win. Glad I got a good game. So happy about it.
A really complete all phases performance. Given how much you guys have been on the road lately, how critical was that to set the tone here on this homestand?
It's great. I mean, we have a good week right here. So glad we got to win tonight, and we just got to keep building and be ready for this week.
All right, congrats, AJ. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, a perfect night for AJ Mitchell as his game continues to blossom. And the word that he used that is very applicable for tonight, prepared. The Thunder were prepared in every aspect of this game, and they blow out the Blazers 122-95. That is our final score as we are back home for Thanksgiving week. For our director, Eric Dayton, our producer, Steve Melton, Michael Cage, Nick Al, Paris Lawson, and our entire production crew, I'm Chris Fisher. The Thunder next play Wednesday versus the Minnesota Timberwolves at 6:30 on ESPN. Our next broadcast comes your way Friday against the Phoenix Suns. Game time will be 8:30 with Thunder Live pregame beginning at 8 o'clock. Stay tuned after the break for a complete recap of tonight's action on Thunder Live postgame. And of course, have a wonderful Thanksgiving.